you know what? Speaking of not only casters, but a fantastic player, make sure you make some noise for this guy up here. His name is so good that you have to say it twice. He is TYTY.
And his opponent in the bottom right, in the red, of course, the Cyclone. He is Hurricane.
Oh my goodness, his name gives me shivers living in Florida. You know, what's funny is he should actually be called Typhoon because, you know, it's the Pacific Ocean, so there's supposed to be typhoons.
Isn't a cyclone technically count as well, or is that like Southern Hemisphere?
I think cyclone is just what they call it. It's like Wily Willy for Australia. I am not making that up. Typhoon for Pacific Ocean. Oh, no. Cyclone is Indian Ocean, I believe.
Okay.
One of these days, yeah, one of these days that knowledge is going to be useful, but today is not that day.
Yeah, I'm not a meteorologist. I don't know anything about anything whatsoever. I do know that Hurricane and TY are playing in this game, and I know Pastor is my co-caster. And that's about it. That's about all I know. I think these units that TY is building are called Marines and SCVs. I'm not even sure about that one, but it's all good here. Now, of course, when we talk about the stakes of this game, this is day 2. TY failed to qualify for Code S, which is kind of crazy considering he won 2 of them last year. But he failed to qualify for Code S. This is, of course, day 2. He has qualified for Code A now, and he did get it. He did find that way through the upper bracket, but of course, the goal here is to get proper seeding. We've been talking about a little bit of this earlier on. Hurricane, he beat Creator, and he beat Incapacitate, the Zerg I'm not too familiar with. I believe he's on the B team, the community team of Team NV. TY knocking down Stephen Curry. I don't know anything about him. And Billowy 2-1. So, not the hardest route for either player, although Creator has been pretty good recently. So, nice job there from Hurricane. And we're going to have to see what these two players have in store for us.
Well, already TY giving himself a little bit of a disadvantage here. Going to be going for the Hellion play up against the Oracles. But this time, what I do like is that right after the Hellions do pop, he is going to be going straight into the Widow Mines, which is just so good to help deal with the Oracles, to help deal with the Adepts. He does need a little bit more, however, in order to clean this up. Yeah, because his natural is not going to be mining for such a long time, and now the Hellions are forced to come back home.
We didn't want we didn't want a natural. We didn't want mining whatsoever here. Now, of course, Hurricane is aware of these Widow Mines, and look, the wall is down, so now 3 Hellions are in the main base. And this is, or excuse me, 3 Adepts are in the main base, and this is just going from bad to worse to even worse. As now, sure, eventually is this going to get cleaned up? Yeah, I mean, Hellions fight Adepts pretty well. But not before 10, 11, 12, 13 workers will go down as I would love to see that Adept. Oh, those nice Widow Mine shots will kill off the Oracle, and that's going to be something.
It's something,
At the end of the day. At the end of the day, 11 workers have gone down. And look at this. We got an armory coming on down for these Widow Mine drops. On the off chance that Hurricane does not have a Robo, does not have another Oracle, maybe TY can get some cloaked Widow Mine shots in and equalize the game in that way.
Yeah, now keep in mind he does have a Phoenix out to try and deflect that. You can kind of see he's getting slowed down quite heavily by that Phoenix, having to re-drop these Widow Mines as he goes over towards the starport. No lift up gonna happen because there's just not enough of them. But still, like, this is a good strategy. It's beautiful. It is amazing because it's so hard to deal with unless you have that Robo facility, which, by the way, he does now. But just getting delayed like this takes away all that good stuff that we just mentioned.
Absolutely. It was a pretty cool build, and TY did a fantastic job of realizing that, yeah, my opponent doesn't have detection for the next little bit of time. I killed the Oracle. Maybe I can get something done with this, but because he was forced to delay that so long that at this point it doesn't even matter. Now, we do have another drop finding its way on. We have a Hellbat Widow Mine drop coming on into the main base. Oh. And actually, this is going to be a really nice shot here as, 6 total workers go down, and now the Hellbat is going to try to find the rest of them. Unfortunately, it's only one Hellbat, so not all that impact. But he's just going to drop on top of them.
Oh my goodness, that was absolutely insane carnage. And what that's going to do is that's going to force the Phoenix to come back home. Now the medevac will go down. That's actually a Marine in there, but here we go. The Widowmines do drop. They do get deflected, however. So good hold by Hurricane, only losing as much as he did. Did about the best he could with this situation, and now TY. Little strange to see he's just walking over the Widowmines.
Yeah, I can't help but feel that TY a little bit here. He's just running out of steam. There is no stim on the way. We don't see any additional production. Now we finally have a third command center on the way, but I don't know. We even see a tech lab going down on this starport. It just feels like TY is running out of steam just a little bit. He tried to do some counter pressure and he got some damage done, but I don't think he got nearly as much as he needed. As now, of course, with the actually no, never mind. He's not lifting the Widowmines. But the Phoenix are just going to go on in and just do what they can to remove the army of the Terran from the map just a little bit. There we go. Widowmines are going to get targeted down as well. And anything that Hurricane can do here to make sure that TY does not have a scary army when he eventually pushes on out is absolutely valuable damage.
Indeed, as he will be cleaning up the last couple of Widowmines. They did get an okay connection. Just overall. And now from here, we're going to see that transition. More than likely, he does want to go up to either Storm or Colossus off the back of this. Usually Colossi are a much better choice, as we do see the Robo Bay spooling up. Here we go, another little bit of drop till you drop. As the Phoenix do clean that up again, and now TY, he's kind of just freestyling at this point. That's all you can really do. He does have he's got a semblance of an army. It's okay. It's not a good one. Even getting those additional racks. But we do see the Phoenix now kind of just... Go ahead.
I managed to hit my hardware mic and I was casting and no one heard it, but yeah, no, so TY has managed to get a somewhat decent amount of workers killed at this point where it's starting to be somewhat impactful, but you've got to remember that worker kills was off of 3 bases, not 2, so as a percentage of total income, not all that much. Now with, of course, with the Colossus here, now we don't have extended range Colossus as of yet, but still, it's coming on down soon, and the army here of Hurricane is just going to be enough. GG. TY is going to get broken here pretty quickly. Hurricane, he's going to take the first game in this series.
Indeed. A fantastic first start here. He didn't really stumble at any point versus TY, which is always good to see. So Hurricane will take the advantage in this one for the better seed. And now we are going to be hopping into, if I can hit the right buttons, because that's kind of important. We're going to be hopping into Lightshade for map number 2.
That's actually a good question, Pastor. What shade is light?
Light is the shade of like a pale Irishman.
Okay.
Sure. I'm just working to piss off as many people as possible in this cast, apparently.
I mean, you know, it was St. Patrick's Day on Wednesday, you know. Sure.
That's true.
No one clipped that. Actually, it's a freak out. I don't think there is a clipping function. But anyway, Pastor, save you from yourself. We got game 2 loaded on up. Take us away.
All right, so up here in the top position, maybe not the best start, but he still has what it takes. Spawning in the top, we do have TY.
Saying thank you to all the fans out there. And in the bottom right, in the red, the teamless Birdhouse player, he is Hurricane.
And I love how they're both, I think they're actually in the same clan. Into the Inu clan, which is pretty cool. Into the Inu, guys, if you don't know, he's a Korean caster, does a lot of live events. I think he was actually working I Am Katowice as the official Korean cast as well. But really good guy. Make sure you guys give him a follow, even if you don't speak his language.
Well, actually, yeah, Pastor, the clan is into the clan. Inu is the clan leader.
And,
right. It is the oldest StarCraft 2 clan, oldest and largest Korean StarCraft 2 clan in existence. So,
That is
You'll see
awesome.
TY rocking that. You'll see Special rocking that. You see so many pro players rocking the clan tags, even over their own teams sometimes.
Oh, that is pretty cool. I did not know that. But you know what? What I do not know is what this probe is doing. That is not a normal scouting situation, is it? That is a sneaky little boy going to be coming down here, probably throwing down another proxy starport. If anything, we'll have to see. If we see the Adept, it's almost 100% Stargate.
Yeah, now, this is not Proxy Void Race. The timing is not right
No.
for that. The pylon was too slow. But we may see, yeah, probably just going to be for an Oracle. You know, of course, the Oracle completes at around 3:30, but oh, TY is going to find it. Oh, no, Hurricane. I mean, at this point, no tech has gone down. He just knows that Hurricane was going for something. So Hurricane, it's not the end of the world for him.
No.
He's going to be fine. He just loses 100 minerals for the pylon, maybe some production time. But it still doesn't feel good. It's a tempo disadvantage, to say the least.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I know why he didn't, why he knew that was coming down and why he went to scout there. It's because when he went in, he saw that there was not a pylon there on the natural, and that is the biggest tell of what's to come. It's like he's even going to just try and get the shield battery up, try and save things, save a little bit of face. It's not going to work. Like,
what in the world what is the shield battery for?
It's for the Adept, I guess.
Oh man.
Oh, he saves it.
Okay, you know what? You know why that's impactful? It was like the 5 damage that the probe did. Knocked the Marine down to 40 hit points instead of 45 hit points, which meant the Marine or the Adept could 2-shot it instead of 3-shotting it. So it's calculated. That's pretty cool, actually. Well done there from Hurricane, making sure that the Marine does go down. It means the pylon does survive, which means it's going to be a warp in point later on. I mean, TY is aware of it, sure, but being aware of it and being able to do something about it are two very different things.
Indeed, and now we do have those 2 Reapers going across the map, getting 1 kill apiece. That's pretty nice because it just kind of hurts your opponent a little bit because they have to pull off in order to save themselves. The Adepts, though, going to be coming in, and yeah, you need a couple more Marines in order to deal with this. The Reapers going to do what they can, some good KD8 charges, but one of them will go down. And honestly, a solid hold for TY. I think, yeah, he's going to go down there and clean that up. Has to, pretty much.
Yeah, we saw how disastrous the Adept pressure was dealt with by TY in the previous game, where TY, took 15 more SCVs of damage just from the couple Adepts. And yeah, I mean, the Oracle, didn't get anything done. We saw how disastrous that was for TY.
Oh my god.
This is a much better handling of that opener in this game. And he's got Stim on the way. He's got combat shields on the way. He has his tech on the way. And yes, Hurricane is going for 4-gate blink. But I mean, by the time that blink is done, Stim will be done. And Stim, Marauders, combat shield, all these fun things are the traditional answer to a blink all-in. If you remember back in the days when blink all-ins were every game.
Oh,
I'm talking about maps like Yansu, and when partying was just killing every turn with blink all-ins. I mean, I guess that's happening in 2020 and 21 now. But anyway, back in the day when it was a lot more difficult to deal with, the end point of the all-in, where Terran could finally start to do something on the map, was when they had Stim finally done. So the fact that TY is going to have Stim even before Hurricane has his blink done, well, that's going to be a good news for the Freak of Freaks Terran player.
Indeed, indeed. And we do have combat shields about to finish up, concussive shells as well, just as a little bit of an additional bite. +1 is on the way. Good positioning, I have to say, keeping the Marauders in the backfield, letting him kind of take some of those stalkers. We also see these Marines forcing the recall. Oh my gosh, that is just a hard reset button for Hurricane, because now he has to walk all the way across the map, and by the time he gets there, that factory is going to be done. It's going to be starting to churn out a siege tank or 2. Yeah, I think from here, Hurricane just needs to transition. His window is pretty much shut in his face. He's like a bird in a Windex commercial. And
the factory will not be building any siege tanks because there's no tech lab. Instead, the factory it's to get that reaction. Make sure we're gonna have medevacs on out here. Now the stim's gonna go on in. That's a lot of Terran bio here. +1 is just about done as well. This is not a push that is ever really going to work there for Hurricane. In fact, the SCVs are continuing to get pulled here. Interesting. I think, honestly, I think TY has enough to deal without it. There we go. SCVs brought back to mining. There we go. First set of medevacs are going to be on out, and now it's going to be stim +1 combat shields, concussive shells, medevacs. And how good are Blaze Stalkers against that?
I give them about a 70% chance of getting taken down. Some good blinks so far, though, just trying to save it out. And a lot of these Marines and Marauders do need to heal up just a little bit. Oh, my goodness. We do have Hurricane going to be coming in with the surround. He does have charge. He's got +1 on the way. This is now a much scarier situation for TY.
I mean, yes, this is true, but there are plenty of Marines still on the map. With the Marauders in the front, Marines will be able to absolutely shred the Zealots, and Marauders will be able to shred the Stalkers. But this is a full-on flank here. But oh no! TY, he's going to trigger the flank early, which means most of these Zealots are going to go down even before the Stalkers can blink on top of things. And TY is going to take a fantastic trade. It looked really good for Hurricane. TY was walking right into the trap. But unfortunately, one claw of the pincer closed before the other. And, well, when that happens, you just kind of you slap one pincer, and then you slap the other.
Indeed, indeed. We also have the missile turret in the main base going to deflect that a War Prism from coming in, so there's not going to be any damage to be had there. In terms of third bases, we do have that third base of TY coming on in. Hurricane as well, a little bit late on that, but here we go. Is he paying attention? Looks like the answer is no. Not the best of connections, but still going to get quite a few of them, about 9 going down in that fight.
Now we do have a Warp Prism dropping on into the main base here, and we have another Warp Pen on top of that, but I think there's enough Rattle here to make sure that doesn't happen. Actually, yeah, Widowmine is going to burrow as well. Widowmine actually just going to target the Warp Prism down. There we go. The Warp Prism is going to get targeted down here, and now TY pushing on into the third base. That is not even done here for Hurricane. It's 8 minutes into the game. TY has his third command center done, even if it's not an orbital yet. Hurricane not even mining off of 3 bases. So yeah, he's got 2 Colossus, third one on the way, but I don't know. I don't know, Kev.
Nah, I don't know at what cost, essentially, here, as we do have the little bit of a blink to clean that out, but now the Vikings are going to be in play. I don't think TY necessarily needs to be aggressive just because of how late that third CC or that third Nexus is. I think he can be content to kind of just sit back a little bit. Oh my goodness, these Widow Mines are absolutely everywhere, but I think Hurricane has seen it. Never mind losing a Stalker for free before this engagement begins.
Now, of course, 3 Colossus is a powerful thing, and if the Colossus is allowed to free fire without, like, a, say, Fantastic Concave or something, maybe Hurricane can get something done here, because there are not a lot of Vikings on the field just yet, and those force fields are going to be pretty nice, sectioning off 2 Marauders, but now it's 4 force fields for 2 Marauders, and I don't know if that's
here we go.
Here we go indeed. The force fields are fantastic, by the way, but notice TY is targeting down the sentries now. 1 Colossus is going to go down immediately, and yeah, we don't really have Vikings, but it does not matter here, because TY has a powerful ground army. It is 1-1, excuse me, versus +1. Now the Marauders are going to get on top of the Colossus here. 1 Colossus goes down, second one barely surviving, but of course, the Vikings are faster than Colossus, and the second one will go down. Now, a couple Zealots in the natural is going to do something, but
yeah, that's nice, but the reinforcements should be able to clean that up without too much done. And the third base does survive, which is the most important thing for TY right now. Keep in mind as well, Hurricane has not started up probe production again. There we go, just now getting 1 additional probe. So he's going to be stuck on a low economy for quite a bit of time. In terms of what did TY lose, he's lost about 21 workers in this game, but I think Hurricane is just severely overextending himself with these units.
yeah, the big deal is Hurricane does not have a lot of tech to his army. Yeah, he's got 1 disruptor. He's got a second one on the way, but it's only 1 robo disruptor tech. TY has the upgrades. TY has ghosts now. And yeah, is his economy great? No, not really. But he's over doubling his opponent's army supply at this point, and that is the big thing there, right? TY gearing up for a massive attack to pile drive on in and just knock Hurricane out of this game. Take us to game 3. Because honestly, yeah, sure, unless there are massive disruptor shots, and of course disruptors are fantastic comeback units, but the scan will make sure that TY is aware of what is happening there. Now, the run by is a bit annoying, but the rally will be able to deal with it. And now TY, all he's got to focus on is sitting on top of there. There we go. Disruptors are going to get targeted down, and there is nothing left here for Hurricane at this point. It's just a bunch of Blink Stalkers that don't have as good upgrades. GG. We're going to game 3.
Oh my goodness, that was way cleaner. Like, that is the TY that we all know and love, and that's the TY that's winning those 100K tournaments every now and again. Fantastic one right there. Now, I think you were saying before the broadcast that the numbers on these replays indicates the amount of times that they've actually played that map in this tournament. Am I correct?
No, that yes and no. So the numbers you see next to the map names are just the number of times that the map has been played on the specific computer, on the specific account. So like, if I don't know where these qualifiers were played, but like if Hurricane goes to the same computer for the same PC bong and he's got his replays there under his account.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was confused about that because I was about to say if TY had won that matchup 309 or 299 times like it said on there, I would be very, very surprised. But you know what, guys? We can't keep you waiting on this one. This one is a fantastic one. So let's introduce these boyos. Spawning down here in the bottom position of Pillars of Gold. Give it up for TY.
And his opponent in the upper right in this last game of the series, the ice match, the rubber match here to get top seeding in Code A. He is the teamless Protoss player. He is Hurricane. Now, we've seen some cheeky stuff here first couple games. We saw some proxies work. We saw some proxies not work. What do you think we're going to see here in game 3? Does Hurricane try to pull the wool over his opponent's eyes once again? Are we going to see something a little bit more straight up?
No, I definitely think Hurricane in this matchup is preferring that kind of proxy play just a little bit more. And honestly, Pillars of Gold is the best map if we were to see that, that nail biter of a Void Ray opening, because you do have this location over here that is just really wide open, and it's very close to get to your opponent's production. So, I don't think that's going to happen this game just because this probe did go in for a little bit of a scout. Looks like we had a little bit of a drop right there. Don't know if everyone can hear me still.
Oh, we're still good.
Okay.
At least, unless you're saying there's an issue on the stream side of things.
No, I was just making sure because I had a little bit of lag. I don't know if that was affecting the players at all.
Oh, okay. Now that might have been me. I tabbed out to check a liquid PD thing, and unfortunately the computer is only so good, and I have to sit it on full screen. Windows full screen actually kills my FPS, so there was a little bit of hang going back in. Hopefully that didn't cause things with you.
Nope,
but anyway, we're all fine. We're dandy here. This is of course the rubber match here, TY versus Hurricane. Y'all can see that. I'm just gonna say it anyways because that's what casters do, right? We reiterate the obvious. I think that's how that works. Over and over again.
Definitely.
And it's even better if we repeat what we're saying for dramatic effect.
Because hey, that's how Taste Hostess does it.
Oh yeah, 100%. But talking about this game as we fill time by talking about literally nothing. Are we talking? Is this a Seinfeld reference?
I have no idea. I've never seen that show.
Well, Seinfeld is billed as a show about nothing.
Yeah.
So there is that. But finally, we have something we can talk about in this game. Well, two things, because we got a proxy starport on the way and a Stargate at home. So TY, we're going to see some Hellion drops coming on in from the dynamic, the most innovative Terran player to play the game, at least in my estimation. And we're going to have to see whether Hurricane has what he needs to hold off that pressure. Because yes, Stargate is a powerful defensive tool. Absolutely. But for example, I did a best of 9 between Stats and Beyond 2 months ago, I think.
Right.
And Beyond, Stats was opening Twilight every game for the first 4 games and was winning every single one. And then he's like, okay, Beyond's going to be aggressive. He's going to do these Hellion drops, whatever. I need to go, and I'm going to go open Stargate to make sure I can defend it. Do you know what happened?
He didn't do
He
it.
lost 4 games in a row.
Gotcha.
And actually, again, Stargate Tech for the most part, especially opening up oracles here, is not a good option to dealing with a medevac drop because okay, maybe if you open Phoenix, you can get the lifts off, but you just got an oracle. I mean, oracles run out of energy, and it's not all that great. Now, the one benefit here for Hurricane is he is keeping the oracle at home, and if he can target down these Hellions before they really get on in, that's going to be nice. But now the Hellions are going to get that first shot off. Of course, 3 Hellions to kill a probe, and we're going to just see how much does go down here. And oracles can only be in one spot. So now we have a Phoenix on up, but now, of course, we will see the Hellions keep shooting, keep firing. How much will they get done? 6 workers, actually. So, no,
Okay.
This is a fantastic hold here from Hurricane. Magic number's 8, and TY did less than that.
Yeah, not the best, not the worst either. That does mean that you don't really exhume a map presence anymore, obviously, because you don't really have a lot of attacking units. And now seeing the Stargate play, you do have to kind of go for that Cyclone to stay a little bit safe. Also, this skin is absolutely wild with that sensor turret just dancing around. But I digress on that point, as we do have that third base going to be coming in for TY. And looks like Hurricane's going to respond with one of his own, as the Phoenix just looking desperately for any sort of proxy that he can snipe out on the map.
Yeah, right now, of course, it is Phoenix play. We should see a Robo-Bait come on down once this Robo is done. And, of course, we're not going to see Blink. That's kind of one of those cool things where Phoenix are effectively stalkers. And,
Right.
okay, realistically, are they stalkers? No, but they fill the same role in the game. They deal with drops really well. They target down Vikings, all those fun things. So we're not going to see stalkers here. We're not going to see Blink. It's going to be we're going to see Robo-Bay on the way. We're going to see Charge once we see the eventual Twilight Council, and Hurricane is just going to look to get later on into this game. Now, because this is Phoenix play, and this is 1 Stargate Phoenix. Granted, you don't really see 2 Stargate Phoenix against Terrans, but anyway, because of this, we might see a slightly slower expand, especially considering how this game has gone. Because right now, TY, he's on 2 bases. Yes, he does have a 3rd command center, but it is not placed yet. So that is a little bit scary here because Hurricane's like, okay, I see how many barracks you have, I see how many bases you have. You're probably going to try to make some sort of push happen here. So maybe I don't want to get my 4th quite as quickly, especially considering how slow Hurricane was to take his 3rd base.
Yeah, and I mean,
But away we go.
Yeah, I mean, from here, TY does have that army supply advantage. He's going to have to deal with the Immortal as well, which is just really difficult to deal with since that Phoenix count is so high. That means those Siege Tanks not going to be as useful as you would necessarily like. I think something just got crushed right there. I don't know what. But now we just see TY just kind of slowly inching his way forward. The Phoenix doing their job of allowing him to transition out. Not going to get the Cyclone. Oh, little bit of a lag pause there. All good.
All right, there we are. We're back. And, yeah. Now, Colossus, of course, are on the way here. Extended Thermal Lance on the way as well. And I like this. The Phoenix, I mean, yeah, would I prefer to see them killing off a bunch of SCVs? Absolutely. But there are missile turrets, there are Marines, there are all the levels of defense around the mineral lines here. So, well, the Phoenix, they're just going to find things that they cannot normally, or find whatever they can get. In this case, it's Marines shoving down a little bit on the army here of TY, making his army that much less powerful. Phoenix will try to go get the Cyclone, but that's just not going to happen. Nice movement there from TY. But there we have it. Charge is now on the way. We have 1 Colossus out. 2nd one is on the way behind this. Extended Thermal Lance. It's closer to being done than not being done. And this is the point where we should expect to see Hurricane A take a 4th base, or B get a lot more aggressive. And we do have 5 gateways on the way, so it may be the latter. Granted, this is really only Hurricane getting used to actually adapting to the fact that he is an economy. So he's only on 3 gates right now, going up to 8, which is what you can support on 3 bases. So we're just gonna sit back a little bit. Both players trying to put themselves in a good position. And the way the meta tends to go at this point, the Terran is the one that tends to be attacking. Protoss tends to be the one that is defending. So we're gonna have to see whether that's what happens, or whether we go into something maybe a little bit different.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, the scan. Like I just jumped into TY's base and my eyes literally exploded That skin is so bad when it's like 100 different things. It's so shiny. But, I mean, that might be good. You know, Hurricane might be seeing this skin and be like, oh, God, my eyes, and then lose a couple of Phoenix for free, as they're going to be coming in here, getting an SCV or two, as well as one of those Marines. Have to be careful because there are Vikings in the sky. Now, we did see the Templar Archive come up as well. And you know what? I think this is a good time for TY to move out, because while there are 3 Colossus, there's not really too much supporting them. There's a couple of Zealots. There's a couple of Stalkers. There's some Force Fields with Guardian Shield. But one good EMP, almost all of those disappear.
Yeah, we have one Archon as well, but now TY has found an army. Now it looks like he's going to back up for that moment, because you got to remember, there are 8 gateways on the map right now. So, yeah, is there a lot of Zealots there to defend the army of Hurricane at the moment? No. But they can be there pretty quickly. So, Hurricane, should he actually get attacked down into, he's going to have what he needs. As he's only 20 army supply down, he might say, hey, Bale, 20 army supply, that's a lot. But in this matchup, when you have 3 Colossus, when you have charge slots with +1, it's actually not all that bad. Surprisingly enough, it's one of those weird things where a maxed out Terran army can beat a maxed out Protoss army at about even supply, but at these rough supply numbers, Hurricane's actually not in that bad of a spot, and he's got his 4th base just about halfway done. TY taking his 4th base on position as well, and we're just prepping up to go a little bit later here. Dark Shrine is on the way. We're going to see DT Blink after that, and finally we have Stalker Blink coming on in as well, because now, well, our Protoss is on 4 bases. He has the gas that he needs to make sure he can afford that tech. And we're getting a next step up in the tech path as well. Disruptors are, of course, on the way 2x2x2. Actually, I think we already have 1 out on the map. 3 out, actually, on the map, actually, as that production cycle does finish. So you have consistent splash damage with the Colossus. You have burst splash damage with the Disruptors. And this army is just becoming more and more difficult to fight for TY as the game does go on. That being said, not impossible.
Yeah, not impossible. Difficult. One thing I would like to see from TY, he doesn't have enhanced shockwaves. So that means that these EMPs aren't going to be as good as he necessarily would like. But Hurricane looks like he's going to see the top of the ramp scan, going to go down, revealing this army, the Disruptor Ball, coming in, just slowly forcing it away, as the Zealots still cleaning up a lot of the reinforcements in the backfield. Oh, but that is a lot of Vikings. Here we go. Some good splits. Some good splits. Not going to be enough. Good EMP is going to be blanketing a lot of this army. The Colossus fall quite heavily, and now the Vikings can actually land and just fight this straight up. The Disruptor Ball is getting the damage done that they necessarily need to. And while TY doesn't have a lot left, he still has more than enough to... Oh my goodness. He is overwhelming Hurricane.
Now, we do have some last-second warpins of Zealots here, trying to make a good situation out of a bad one here, and Disruptors have cooled down once again. We do have the shots going off, but one shot's actually going to miss. It's going to go behind the army. All of the Vikings are going to land here. The last of the army here of Hurricane. It is going to go down. 89 army supply to 20. The 4th base has now been penetrated. There is nothing left for Hurricane to do. Yes, Disruptors are good against Vikings. Who cares? We have more and more and more army here from TY rallying across the map. This is 2-1 bio against 1-1 gateway units, and everyone can tell you exactly how that one works. At the last of the Disruptors getting targeted down here. GG, TY, he's going to take the upper seed in Code A.
Absolutely fantastic play right there. He